Welcome back everyone. In this video, we are going to take a look at one of the more helpful tools when it comes to Redux. And that is the Redux Devtools extension. With plain Redux, you had to manually install and apply the extension to the Redux store. However, with Redux Toolkit, it is done behind the scenes and needs no additional setup. What you do need to install though is the browser extension. I will be adding it to Chrome. In a new tab, Google Redux Devtools and click on the first link. Then click on the Add to Chrome button. I already have it added. Once installed, you should see the extension icon but grayed out. If you head back to the React app and refresh, the extension icon should be colored. If I click on the icon, a panel appears with a lot of buttons and text. If you click outside the panel, it automatically closes. So instead, what I'm going to do is right-click, inspect, and then select the Redux tab. We now have the same panel, but this time it will not close if I click elsewhere. Alright, this panel is very useful for a Redux application, especially for debugging. I will explain some of the basic features that are relevant to our simple example, and I will leave the rest for you to explore. The first one is the state button. Here you can visually see the global Redux state at any given time. We have the state from cake slice, the ice cream slice, and the user slice all in one place. Now, when I dispatch an action, let's say order cake, on the left-hand side of the panel, you can see that a new item has been added, which is cake/ordered action. And if you look at the state, cake has been decremented by 1. If I click on order ice cream, we have a new action on the left-hand side, and in the state, the number of ice creams has decremented by 1. What is also nice is that if I select the diff tab and click on the individual actions, I get to see what the state of the application is before and after the action was dispatched. So if I select cake/ordered, you can see the before and after count of cakes and ice creams. Just this information alone will help you debug to a great extent. The action button will basically give information about the action that was dispatched. Right now, our action just has the type property, but if we were to dispatch restock ice creams and select the action, you can see we have a payload of 2. Next, I want to talk about 2 more buttons at the bottom. The first one is the dispatcher. Here, I can specify an action and dispatch that action without the need of a UI element like a button. For example, right now, the number of cakes is 9. I will dispatch the type cake/ordered and click on dispatch. You can see that the number of cakes reduced by 1. This is especially helpful when the element is hidden in the UI and you have to perform quite a few clicks to dispatch the right action. The final element in the DevTools that I want to discuss is this slider. It basically gives you an option to travel through all the actions and see the state changes, which in turn affect the UI. So when I click on the play button, it cycles through all the actions dispatched so far. The UI also updates at the same time. You can also go back in time and pause your application to verify if the state is what it is supposed to be. This is called time travel debugging and is a fantastic feature to have as a developer. But to me, being able to visualize the entire application state is something that makes development and debugging a lot easier. I highly recommend it for every React Redux application that you're going to build. Feel free to explore the tool, and I'll see you in the next one where we can finish up on the user view. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.